how did you end up where you are now, so we can get into what you're doing, what you're doing right now with Unforeseen Visions.
Okay. So I can start with that. So after college, I was like, you know what? I'm at the age of 20 something, and I'm like, I'm still trying to go pro. That's everyone's dream. That's everyone's thing. I'm still trying to go pro.
Mm-hmm.
Someone ask you, oh, did you used to play soccer back then? What are you doing now? I'm just relaxing, chilling. But in your mind, you're like, I'm still gonna go pro.
Yep.
Oh, where are you working right now? I'm working at McDonald's, but I'm still gonna go pro. You know what I'm saying? That was the thing. I'm going pro. I'm going pro. I don't care what it is, just pro.
Yeah.
So then you get into the pro environment, and then you're like, dang, this is not what I thought it is. You're like, the training, okay, I've been doing it since I was young, but this training is a little more. Okay, fine. It's every day. Okay, fine. But you're not getting paid like the way you think you're going to get paid. Like the Ronaldos and the Ronaldinhos, and you're getting paid even less than minimum wage.
Yeah.
Let alone,
Yeah.
I had a kid at that same time. So my daughter now is 18.
Wow.
So imagine me saying, I'm going to go pro. I'm going to go pro to my mom. I'm going to go pro to my daughter's mom. I'm going to go pro to everyone. I'm going to go pro. They're looking at you like, so how are you going to take care of your kid? By going pro, just because you want to go pro. And then, reality hits. Age, kids, injuries. When you get hurt, everybody runs away and talk crap about you. When you get better, everyone comes back. When you get hurt again, see, it's age. He's prone to injury. No, he's not good no more. He's gone. But then in big games, I'm playing, I'm doing my thing, and they're like, oh, he's still good. He's still good. That's like all those different factors is like, dang, do I really want to go pro? So then you start asking yourself, where did you go wrong? Is it the system? Is it the support? Is it the environment? Is it just me? Just being selfish and hard-headed? Where did you go wrong? So to me, I think honestly that it plays a lot on your mental. Just like soccer. Soccer is 90% mental, 10% physical. You always get fit in a few months, but it's always mentally.
Yeah.
But the question you asked was, how do we start right after college, right?
Now.
So now, so after college, I went to go play with the Virginia Royals. They were USL 2 at that time, where you actually get paid. And some people got paid, some people didn't. But you're still playing pro, semi-pro. Then you have guys that you're playing against from Crystal Palace, all these different people from overseas and all these people. And you're still trying to figure out and understand the system. Not even the game no more, just the system of how these work. How can I get paid in this game? Do I have to go overseas? Do I have to get an agent? What do I do? And this is like, it's unfortunate as a African American, you don't really know these things. Like they don't walk you, they don't teach you these things on how to go about things, So I'm still going pro, playing. I'm saying pro. I'm going pro, but I'm playing local leagues. I'm playing indoor. I'm playing outdoor. I'm playing futsal. I'm playing that. I'm playing all these different things, and I'm like, is it still getting me to that pro? No. So after I was like, you know what? I've already had a taste of how it is to go, what it is to go pro, what they do, how much they get paid, and if from that pay scale alone, I was like, I can't do that. Because my daughter, I got to take care of her. I got to take care of my family. I got to do something with myself. So all automatically with injuries and stuff too, I was like, even if I go pro tomorrow, I probably could play maybe a year or less, 6 months. So is that really worth it? So I said, you know what? How do I give back to kids or to people so they won't go through the same thing I went through? You're playing somewhere, you're playing really well, you get all these different achievements and awards, and then once you get hurt, people leave you, and now you're in a dark place. And it's mentally frustrating because you're like, you're good, you hear this and you hear that, but people are talking crap about you just because you got injured or because of this or because of that, and you don't know what to do next. So I was like, I need to give back some way to help these kids, just like how Sona helped me. I would like to help them, but I don't want to be a coach. That's too much stress. I don't want that. I will help you get to where you need to be, but the coaching part, watching Sona, watching other coaches like Keith and all these other people, I give it to them. It's not easy. So I said, you know what? That's what I want to do. I want to create a platform where I can get kids on the right path on knowing how the system works, not just the soccer system, the actual system outside of soccer. So that's where Unforeseen Visions was created. You know, and one of those things, Unforeseen Visions can be seen as a biblically based, where it's like I don't know, I don't try to force religion on people, but from the ground up, it started with me where, you know, in Habakkuk 2:3, it says pretty much think it, plan it, believe it, and watch it manifest. We all want to write things down, and we don't hold ourselves accountable. But when you write it down, that's what you thought about first. Then you wrote it down, you're planning it. And when you plan it, don't say, oh, I'm going to go pro. Make realistic things that you can do to achieve that. Check it off. And when you believe in yourself, you'll see it happen. You know, and that's how it started.
Nice. Dipo, anything you want to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot. That was deep. What made it start, right? Yeah, so basically the same thing. After college, I was like, yo, I'm gonna go pro. Like I said, I went to Germany, and I realized at the time I was in the 20s, making my way up. I was playing Division 7. By the time I was like, this is not it. It might be a little bit too late now. Like you're already in your 20s. That's how you get seen and all this stuff. So but what was driven me when Leroy approached me to be a part of this was the fact that if I can just give back and if I can just talk to that one person, all it takes is that one kid that has that same drive that I did when I was younger, and just say, look, this is what I did, but this is what you can do to be better. This is how you can make it work for you. Or even if it's just going to college, getting money to go to school, taking the right courses, or just applying for the right loans and grants and scholarships. That would go a long way for that kid's life or the kids, you know. So that's what drives me. It's just to give back and, you know, try to provide as much information as possible so that the kids, the youth, basically limit the amount of mistakes that they're making. So, yep. That's it.
Yeah. So how would you describe Unforeseen Visions to, you know, it could be a kid or a parent or family that just don't know anything about, you know, the kid plays football, or they may not even play football, but they just want to know, like, what is Unforeseen Visions? How would you describe it?
Excuse me. So I would say Unforeseen Visions is an organization, a nonprofit organization where we promote academics, we promote good health, we promote life developmental skills using soccer or sports to lower income neighborhood kids. Simple.
Yeah. And currently you're serving the DMV area, or is it just the entire DMV area?
Yeah,
the DMV area, yeah. But we specifically focus, you know, to DMV is so broad, so we focus on PG County right now.
Yeah. What would you say?
How do you guys get people to get into or how do you guys build relationship with like, let's say someone that live in Bellsville? How do you guys go about it?
So yeah, go ahead. You can take it.
So one of our ways is how we go about it is we host end of the year soccer tournaments, specifically during the Thanksgiving time and during the Christmas time, because we know people are back from school, all the college kids are back from school, all the semi-pros are maybe during off season of the professionals, or even the high school students. So what we do is we try to encourage the high schoolers in the area to attend these tournaments so that they can meet and kind of like a meet and greet college kids, kids that are playing professionally now
on TV
or during off season, just to kind of like see and play. You're playing with and you're playing against people that you're aspiring to be. So that alone encourages these kids, like encourages so many people and motivates them, like, wow, okay, This guy is, for example, this is K Banjo that I saw him play at USL at Pittsburgh last year, and I was watching him on TV. But now I'm actually playing against him at a tournament. So this is
or
doable.
O'Neal Fisher.
O'Neal Fisher that played at DC United, and now I can actually ask him like, O'Neal, how did you get in the Jamaican national team, or what are the steps you took? To go to college and get a full ride to go to New Mexico. Like, what did you do that was special? And so this is how we want to bridge that gap, right? For our high schoolers and our college kids and the professionals, is to make it more personable, it's basically relatable, so that these high school students are asking the questions and make it feel like it's easier for them. It's achievable. It's attainable. So
like what's her name? Yawande as well. Chinelo, is it Usher?
Yeah, Chinelo Usher that played for Washington. Yeah,
Washington Spirits. Yeah. So these are people that have attended our, they came to support our tournaments, and they came, they spoke to the kids, and gave them a word of encouragement, and talk to them about how challenging it is, but they're capable of doing it. They're on the right path, but education is really key.
Yep.
And school may not be for everyone. They say it, we say it, but it's about having a plan. The main thing is to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to go astray. You have to have a plan, and that's why we're here. We're here to help you have a plan in place. We could bring the horse to the well, but you're not going to drink the water until you want to drink it yourself.
Those are facts. So
I want to add to that on that question. I'm sorry, Mike. So do you guys only focus on high school kids or just all age?
So we do all ages, but we focus on high schoolers because high school is a pivotal moment where, if it's elementary, middle school, you're pretty much under your parents. High school, you're still under your parents, but you still have that leeway where you're about to be an adult, where you make decisions for yourself, So we start young. We have even a One Nation Academy, their shirt. I don't know if you guys will see it, One Nation.
Yeah.
But they're young kids, as a whole bunch of kids, but we go there, we do things for them so they can be a part of the community events, and gradually as they get older, we start talking to them more and more in depth about what they're doing later. But we don't do that when they're young right away,
Yeah. What couple just quick questions. How long has the organization been running?
So we've been running the organization for about 7 years now. But we've been a nonprofit organization for 1 year now.
Okay. What would you say is the most challenging aspect of the work you currently do?
Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good question. I'll definitely start this off. Most challenging is it's to get like-minded individuals that can bring something to the table that your organization needs. Say, yeah.
Either that or time.
And time.
Time is really hard because people always mean well. They want to give. They want to help the community. They want to speak a good game, but the time to make it is hard.
It's hard. Yep.
We all have families. We all have careers. We all have our personal things we do, but we still make time.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest thing to get from people. Oh, I want to do this. I want to do that, but make the time. Just come. That's the number one thing. Just come. Just like you mentioned, Mike, earlier. Earlier you mentioned, oh, I reached out to this person. The last minute they'll say, oh, sorry, what happened is I can't. We hear that all the time, bro. All the time. So we are structured and we are set up. We're wired where we're like, you know what? We're not angry with these people, but we're more like, we have the mindset that we just got to do it ourselves. No matter what. And if they come, thank God, great. If they don't, okay,
no matter what
cool.
happens, the train still moves on.
That's right. And I know you're laughing because you can confirm that. That's
I'm sure that's why.
I mean, you already know. Yeah. You know how that is. Okay, so that's the most challenging aspect. What would you say you find the most rewarding aspect of what you currently do?
The joy and smile of the kids. because I really remember when I was younger where to even make an ODP team was hard. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know about anyone else, but our generation of ballers, we have ballers. Our generation have ballers. Like, and this is not like, oh, they're discouraged at the age of 16 or this, like, oh, this is like everyone's in the same equal pot, and we're all duking left and right how we're gonna make it into the top 18. And to see these kids now, because now they're so like, man, I don't want to do it no more. I'm just discouraged. I don't want to do it no more. I'm not even interested. Like, the most rewarding thing is to see someone that was probably a little discouraged, and now they're like, you know what? Maybe I do have a chance. And then now they're looking, they're following our instructions, and our instructions simply is have a plan. Have a plan. Tell us what you want to do. Tell us what you like. We'll help you make a plan. We're not telling you what to do. We're not your mom and not your dad. You know, we'll sit there with your mom and dad too, but we're doing what you want to do. But have a plan. We come from a background where, oh, you have to be a doctor, or you have to be a chemist, you have to be a pharmacist, you have to be a lawyer, you have to be a this and that. You know, so we didn't really have a say. But now we're telling you, you do have a say. But just make a plan. Sit down with us. We'll make a plan, help you make a plan for you. Talk to your parents about it and work on it. So when we literally say think it, plan it, believe it, we really mean it. That's really like, that's what it is.
Yeah.
So to add on that, that's real well said. How you said, Mo, like the difficult part is like finding people with the like-minded really help, right? So what if someone's out there listening that have that type of mindset, I want to help, how can they get involved?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, first of all, follow us on social media. Check our website out, and you can either we're very reachable, so you can reach out to us on social media. We'll respond to you. You can go on our website. We have a volunteer page. You can fill out your information, your personal information. We'll get back to you. Just you know, send us an email as well. We have an email, our website, and our social media, so you can definitely reach us that way.
Yeah. Or if any of that is too difficult, if you're in any of the DC 11 networks or whatever it is, reach out to us. We'll get you in touch with them.
Yeah, we're really good at responding back.
Yeah. Okay. What would you say has been your most memorable moment as a footballer?
Ooh, that was a good one. My most memorable moment, honestly, was having the opportunity to be part of a great, like, I mean, James mentioned it, and we're not joking, like, to be part of such a great group of talented young individuals and seeing us play at such a high level, playing, you know, there was this saying that, oh, PG County high school kids are not as good as Montgomery County kids, because Montgomery County kids play soccer all year round. They're playing at Bethesda, they're playing at Potomac, they're playing all these major, you know, like big time soccer programs. But that was huge for me, getting to see these guys, the James, the Cedrics, play. I'll never forget, we played at Churchill High School, but we played Sherwood High School. And I saw these guys duke it out, and I was like, wow, like we can compete with these guys. Like, this is nothing. Like, that was amazing. That was one of the biggest inspiration for me growing up, was seeing that, like, my high school team was able to make it to the state semifinal game. And I mean, I don't even want to talk about it because I get emotional and stuff, but like, because I get really upset because of what happened. But like, the fact that we were that far was big. Like, it was huge. It was huge. I mean, it motivated me in so many ways, like so many ways.
Nice. I want to know what happened though.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. It was back and forth. It wasn't like a one-sided game. Don't give more hats off to that team, because they were solid too. But we should have won that game. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna say. Yeah.
For me, I think the most memorable part as a footballer, well, for one, all of them was memorable, but the one that really stands out is the me going to Italy at the age of 15 to play with the AC Milan camp and the different teams in the different academies. We played against Inter Milan, AC Milan, Parma, Juventus, Lazio, Genoa, Sampdoria. Like it was like a tour, you know, and that right there was memorable because not only that we practiced everything that we did here, we did there and more, but these are people that you've seen in TV now playing. Like I'll never forget, after maybe a couple of years after that, the debut of Obafemi Martins when he came from, he was playing on Inter Milan, where he scored like a goal and did a flip. There was the same kid, we played against him. Same fast little kid doing all this stuff, little kid, but you know, but he was so fast and everything, but they sat him out real quick because he didn't fit their style of play. And this is an academy, so you know, if you don't follow the rules, they put you on the side and train you to follow the rules.
Yeah.
Come a few years later, this guy comes on. I can't remember when. It was the second half. I think it was second half, and then he comes and scoring goals, and he's doing his thing.
Wow.
You know, the most memorable part is not even just that. The memorable part is to be from a county, PG County, where already we're shunned upon.
Yeah.
You know, from my mom already saying, "Hey, you're not going to Ipoh High School. You're going to Montgomery County School." That's number one. To the different stigmatisms where, you know, PG County don't really have this or have that or don't have the resources, which is kind of true, but we're not doing anything to kind of help them, you know. But to have kids from PG County go amongst other kids from the Bethesdas, from the Potomacs, to the what's that place in Virginia? Like Nova, like everyone all in one group travel overseas to play. These are kids that are known, like around here, that are regional pool, national pool players. Santino Quarantas, Kaiser Chowdhury's, Michael De La Russo, all these guys. If you look them up, they play pro. These are guys that had a good run. They're probably still in there too. But PG County kids coming along with them, and then we're doing not only the same thing as them, but we're even performing more than them. That's really special to me, because that tells you that soccer really has no face. It's just a one, and I'm a firm believer, it's a one-time thing. You just have an opportunity, take it. It don't matter where you are, who you're with, what environment you're in, that one opportunity, take it. 90 minutes in a game, I always say this, and I explain it to people in a soccer way, because when you're talking like this, it sounds good, but they don't really understand. So you got to break it down to them. I'll say 90 minutes in a game. You're in the final third of the field. You get a ball. Do you pass or do you shoot when you're inside the box? You shoot. But you may even think that that person have a better chance, but you shoot. Because if you pass that ball, they're going to be offsides. But you shoot and you take your shot and you score. You win the World Cup. Boom. That's it. Everything's done. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the way I say it.
No, that's the joy of the game. No, that's 90 minutes. 90 minutes.
90 minutes.
That's the
concept. Yeah.
That's the Weah versus Verona goal. You know, from the box. You know what I mean? You get the ball. It does.
I'm passing it to no one. Yeah.
Nobody. It's just you know what I mean? From box to box in the 90th. That's crazy. No, that's one of my favorite goals of all time.
And people don't understand that feeling. Oh, we do, because we're ballers. We're soccer players. But for those who can finally understand that concept, that don't play soccer, that's the joy. That's memorable.
Yeah.
Forget all the awards. Forget all that stuff. You can always get trophies. Even kids at a young age, for winning or losing, you still get medals. You know, whatever. You know.
Yeah.
But it's the actual process. That's what matters.
That's true.
Yeah. As we wrap, what do you guys want your lasting legacy for Unforeseen Visions to be?
That's a very, very good question. That's very good.
You know, the funny part about that question is, I had one before, but then after like the year was up and meeting other high school coaches and athletic directors and different people, they say still till today, PG County don't really have facilities like the Montgomery County. You know, I think for us, something that's more realistic, something that's more attainable would be to probably have a facility for them. Some kind of facility where they can, if not practice, but do their home games on.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And to add to that, we had the opportunity to watch a high school playoff game. It was between Bladensburg. It was Bladensburg High School and it was Parkdale. And Cedric was there because he's the coach now at the Owls, Prince George's
community.
And I was like, why are the kids playing at Charles Flowers High School?
Yeah.
Why aren't they playing at Bladensburg since it's a home game for Bladensburg? And the coach was like, yeah, the field, it's so bad. The field in Bladensburg is so bad, and they just don't have the funding. And she's been trying to, the coach at Bladensburg as of right now, she's been trying to, she'll post it, trying to get the county involved, but yet there haven't been like a budget for it. So that'll be a big deal in PG County. There are a lot of schools that have issues with like their athletic facility, or it's always something, equipment, or it's just always something. Either they just don't have enough money to fund jerseys, or like even jerseys. Yeah, you'd be surprised, or soccer cleats, or just a practice field to play on. So it's
and these are issues that we actually help do. These are issues that we try to capitalize on and help these schools with this. If it's jerseys, if it's like we're working on scholarships now to kind of help kids also go through to start college. If it's even if it's just a book voucher, some kind of money to help them in school to promote that academic for their academics, and the facility that would be an amazing accomplishment.
Yeah.
And then to add on, you don't forget, to PG County this year, the high school, we're all not having those resources. High Point won the state.
Yeah.
Right? Not having that resource.
Northwestern.
I'm sorry.
Northwestern.
Yes. Northwestern won the state. Not having all that resources, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Not to also, I want to add everyone that's listening. I know you guys don't only just do soccer. I know you guys do football. I'm sure I have Mo with a football kid as well. So I also want to mention that you guys cover everything else, not just soccer kids, but American football. I think you guys probably do basketball. I'm not sure, but I know.
We do a variety of sports.
Yeah, we do a variety, and to add on to that, we do have contacts with like basketball coaches and football coaches in the area as well. So if there's any kid, maybe if there's another sport, and you feel like you need help with like your academics, or you're just kind of not sure of exactly where you are, what to do. If you have any questions or concerns, we can be of help to you. Please feel free to reach us. We'll be glad to help you.
And it's for both boys and girls, to be honest. Because most people are like, oh, I only deal with guys and no girls. No, we do both, men and women.
Nice. Go. Just to touch on that facilities piece.
Yeah.
Are you talking about like almost like the way there's soccerplex in Montgomery County? Is that what you're talking about, or you're talking about something more specific for a school? Or you're talking about that, like that?
Something like that, where schools, it'll be strictly for the high schools. They can use that as a platform, to play their home games.
Yeah,
that's true. We don't have.
No, that's a good idea. I mean, and there's a lot of land and
there
space in PG.
There's a lot of land.
There's a lot of land and space in PG.
And if it comes to it, if God willingly, we end up having enough resources to fund to like create or to make a field for a school, we could do that too. It's all about having that, our brand to be that entity to help them do it. That's what our goal is to help them.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's we've had, I I have all kinds of plans. I mean, James and they can tell you that's it's a wild plan. So, we had similar discussion for DC 11, but that would be, what you're talking about for the entire county. I think that would be a great resource given the benefit to the community at large, schools, just kids that want to have physical activity and having a central place to be able to participate in. That would be great.
A safe place. Yep.
Yeah. No, that's good, man. That's a great legacy, and I hope it comes to fruition sooner rather than later. There's a lot, as you guys know, there's a lot of talk out here.
Oh yeah,
so,
no work.
all the big talkers out here. This is the time. There's people out here. You see these two gentlemen right here. The organization. They have a simple vision. The vision is real simple. Bring a world-class facility, athletic facility, to Prince George's County, Maryland. This is not, this is not rocket science. This is just one right down the street in Montgomery County. From a funding perspective, I'm just thinking off the top of my head as a capital project. This is like a $10 million to $12 million project. I think it can be done.
Oh yeah,
there's enough. There's enough money floating around, and brands. So yeah, no, I mean, I think that's a great project, man, and I'll definitely see if there's any way we can be of help, and if we know anyone who can definitely make this happen. That's a great project.
And a lot we get a lot of parents that ask the question too, like, okay, well, we know sports, okay, cool, but a lot of parents, they don't really care too much about sports. It's more about how else are you helping our kid develop. So we focus on that's the sport part. We're worried more about also having enough funds to fund those kids in lower income neighborhoods, like scholarships. They say, oh, get good grades, you get a scholarship. That's not true all the time. Oh, just go on scholarship.com and write an essay and you get a scholarship. That's not true all the time either. The question is, many kids will say, oh, so we'll ask you, so what did you do to try to get that scholarship? Oh, well, we attended this thing, we wrote this essay, we did this, we did that, it didn't work. We want to do things that are attainable, where if you're making a plan, you'll say, oh, you know what, I can actually do this. Because this plan is helping me get there. So we want to be that entity also where, if you need scholarship money, you'll probably follow our criteria, but you see we're in arm's reach. So you can just reach out to us, we'll tell you what to do, and there will be some money available for you. Simple. You don't have to go through the whole works, but I don't blame the system either, because it also shows character. Because if you keep being consistent, keep pushing, keep trying, when everyone's saying no, and you're one step closer to a yes, and you find that one entity, that one that will help you fund your whole 4 years of school, why not?
Yeah.
And then later on you look back and say, you know what, it was worth it because I did this, I tried this over and over and over, and I did better and got better and got better and got it. But if we're just giving free money like that and then you waste the money, it doesn't look right. So we want to make sure we can get like a sports complex if possible for the county. Great. We want to also be able to have a scholarship available for those kids that are really in need as well. Even though there's an issue too that we just saw too from research and talking to people and different people in different levels, where foreign kids don't have enough resources to go to school, nor the papers. So there's certain programs in place that help these kids, whether it be college, whether it be even high school. So we want to be amongst that platform, that environment where we can help those kids as well. Not just the foreign kids, but also the kids locally that need help.
Yeah. As we're talking, I'm thinking, I'm kind of running through my Rolodex in my head. And do you guys know Yaf? From Aspire.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, he's Jamaican born. We've interviewed him as well. He's a friend of mine. He does something similar to what you all are doing. In particular, he pretty much it's mostly immigrant kids in the, like, say, the Burtonsville area, and Columbia, into colleges or link with playing overseas. So he's big. I mean, the program is big on getting kids scholarships into colleges, and so I definitely think you all should touch base and see. And what he's done is he's mastered the art of getting corporations to do a lot of the funding. Yeah, and so his programs are essentially free of charge for the kids playing, and yeah. So definitely, I'll link you guys up.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And last but not least, the beauty of the tournaments we've had for both the ladies and for the men, although our friends and people that we've reached out to that are professional players right now, they've come to not even to participate, to play, but more so to interact with these kids. The best part about it is that when you're telling these kids, like if Dipo or myself are telling them, they're looking at us like, oh, you guys are old, so we don't know you guys. Maybe you guys have a history, whatever, playing soccer. We don't know, don't really care, but you're not relevant now. That's and then true. We're telling them what to do, and then all of a sudden they see the next person that they've seen on TV just maybe a week ago or a month ago. They're like, oh my God, so now when that person's talking, they're like, okay, I'm doing it tomorrow. Where do I sign? What do I do? How do I go about it? What do I need to,
Yeah.
And the parents too. A lot of kids too in the high school high school and younger, we think that, because they're in high school, they're already adults, that they would all automatically help us, or like not help us, but they'll listen to us. No, we have to also talk to the parents, believe it or not, because the parents have a huge like say in what they do.
Yeah.
So we don't just talk to the kids. We got to interact that connection with the parents too, and it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of time. A lot of time.
Yes. Well, you guys are doing great work, man.
Definitely.
Continue. I'm going to say thanks for all the parents and kids that are not on here that can't say it, and sometimes they may be shy and they don't tell you guys thanks. But yeah, thanks. I mean, there's no other way of saying it. Thank you for everything you do. Thanks for all the connections you make with these kids. The tireless days and nights. A lot of the work we do is thankless.
Yeah.
And so, we understand what it takes, and the dedication and sacrifices that you're making, even for your families are making, actually, to allow you guys to be able to do some of this work. So we want to say, from the DC11 family, thanks for everything you do, and continue to do. And we would definitely, any way we can, get your work out there, try to support you, not try to support you, but support you. Yeah, and just keep this going and keep paying it forward. And that's all we could do. Add value to the world we live in. Because that's the only thing we're responsible for. We're responsible for what we put out there, and you guys are putting out there good work. So thanks.
We thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to say thanks as well. Not only that what you guys are doing is great, but you're also giving back from where you guys grew up. We can never forget where we come from. So that means a lot, even though we went through, you guys probably went through some stuff where you didn't gain what you really wanted, but you still went back and trying to fix it. So that's really, really, really good. And I know you guys are going to do great stuff. This is just the beginning. Just keep doing it. And this is your roses. When we interview you guys, this is what we're trying to do. So the whole world can hear your story and the great work you guys are doing. So it's truly, we're really, truly grateful for what you guys are doing in this community. So thank you. Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. Thanks. We appreciate you guys too.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys so much, and continue the good work. Continue great work. Tireless nights. Sometimes you're just like,
well, you got to get it done, and I can see you guys have the passion for it, and we appreciate what you guys do in the community as well. So
yeah, you guys remind me of us. That's the funny part. That's why I keep laughing. Like from the way you guys are doing your thing to the way we're doing our thing, like it involves a lot of time and planning.
Yeah.
And you got to be consistent. If you're not consistent, I'm sorry, they're going to hold you accountable and say you're not really a valid source, you know? And that's what helps us keep going, you know? So we appreciate you guys for the opportunity.
Yes. Thanks, brothers.